Hey, what's going on? It's your girl TampaMystic and
Doerilla.
Hey, we back with another episode of the industry's most wanted podcast. Hey, look, I'm the rapper. He's my ad-libber. You dig?
Yeah.
Give it to him, though.
Got it. I got it.
Hey, we got a hit record coming soon. But listen, I got my bros. We got our bros here today, man. YoungSauce'DaGod, Mr. Semi Sinatra. What's happening, fellas?
Hey.
Yo.
What's good?
Hey, thank you guys for pulling up and being here today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I ain't seen you guys in a long time.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a little minute.
That's how they do you know.
It's been a minute, man. But listen, once again, I appreciate you guys always. You know, we've been working together for a long time. I can't say enough positive things about these two right here, man. Like, and you two make a great team, but we're going to talk about all that today. So, you know, we're going to start with this gentleman over here in the blue right next to me, YoungSauce'DaGod himself. Introduce yourself, bro.
Man, what's going on is Mr. Back to the Basics himself, Mr. YoungSauce'DaGod, underground favorite.
Hey, big facts, man. Over here to my left with he got his nice jacket on today and his camos looking fly, super duper fly.
I'm going to war.
Look at camo. You see, I got mine.
Yes,
no matter what color it is, it never goes out of style. You can wear it year-round, year after year, and it look good. Introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, everybody. It's Semi Sinatra, you know, the right-hand man of Sauce'DaGod.
Hey, man. Listen, thank you guys once again for being here with Doerilla and I today. You know, we got a lot to talk about because you guys have a lot of things in the works. You got new music that we're going to premiere. You know, so we just going to get right on into it. First and foremost, both y'all we all cousins. We've already established that. We all... You know, you guys are from Ohio. My family's from Ohio, you know, so we've already established that we can.
Yeah, we sure are.
Family. You know, we all look alike. You know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about growing up, man. Like, you know, take us all the way back.
Oh, you know, I mean, growing up in Columbus, Ohio, I wouldn't change anything about it. You know, we had this much. We have everything like every other city had. We have the good parts, bad parts, you know. I just remember having a lot of fun. You know what I mean? As a kid, you know, just playing basketball, football, just like any other normal kid, and just running around in the streets, and then becoming a teenager, and then, you know, first getting your license and driving, and you know what I mean?
Worrying mama to death.
Yeah, you know, going to high school, becoming the man, you know, getting all the ladies, you know, all the stuff everybody goes through.
Facts. No
all
different.
the fun stuff, you know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely, man. And you, Mr. Semi Sinatra?
Mine was completely different from that. I'm a person who's been homeless. I was homeless like at 14. So you
what?
I mean, sleeping underneath bridges.
You experienced the struggle for real, bro.
I mean, if you know Ohio, there's a place called Charity Newsy. And I remember I was homeless. I think I was just about to turn 15. So I went there, and it was like, young man, you can't stay here, but we can give you these big Charity Newsy coats and pants.
Wow.
And I remember I had a tin bucket, and I started a fire, and I slept under the bridge, and it was 14 degrees. But so, you know, now, and I'm always appreciative to everything that I have, because I know how it is to be
at the rock bottom.
Underneath the rock bottom.
Underneath rock bottom. But, you know, like, man, I don't, of course, I don't like to hear people have to experience that by any means, because I sure wouldn't want to experience that. But at the same time, it probably gave you a major different perspective on life.
I had to grow up quick.
Yeah, you had to grow up quick.
I had to grow up quick.
You appreciate everything.
I mean, everything. If I can buy a juice from the store, because there was a period of time, you know, everybody probably.
Listen, bro. I've had negative bank accounts, and I'm not like, bro. I've been there too.
Right. So
scraping up pennies to go get some chips and
try to get or put gas in your car or whatever.
Man, I used to roll up. I used to get all these pennies. Like my pop's probably gonna kill me now, but he's had this big old, you know, them big glass jars with the water. And you had the water on top of them.
Everybody daddy had one of those.
Man, I used to tear that thing up. I used to roll them all up and put them in some Ziploc bags. I broke them into 100 pennies, which is $1. So I used to have about 20 Ziploc bags of pennies. Like, I gotta go get some gas. I gotta get me something to eat. Like, for real, like
the struggle.
We done had that for sure.
Yeah,
man.
So I appreciate everything that I have right now, because I know how it was, and some days when I don't want to do nothing, I just remember that cold.
You don't never want to go back to that again.
Oh, no.
Talk about frostbite.
Man.
Let me ask you this though, you know, because you have a great story. In fact, I got another series that at some point in time I really want to start, something of, people talking about their truth, because it can really help other people, because mental depression and, it's real.
It is.
How did you conquer that, bro?
I had to become a man quick, and I knew I wanted better for myself.
Yeah, of course.
And I hung out with a lot of people I shouldn't have been hanging out, and they always took care of me. Yeah. And there was plenty of times where I'd be like, I want to sell dope, and they'd be like, no, you can sing, and that should be your mindset.
And he can sing.
And they used to be like, if I see you out here, I'm gonna beat you up. And they always took care of me until where I was able to get on my feet. My best friend James and his family took me in, and I started playing basketball, and I started going to camps, and that's how I came down here on a basketball scholarship, and the rest is history.
That's such a blessing, bro, that you had people on your side that really wanted to keep you on the right path, because some people would be like, get out there and slang dope and this, that, and the third, bro.
It's just a blessing.
It is a blessing.
That's how you know it's God.
Right.
Absolutely. They could have easily gave me a pack or had me running for them, but they said, no, here go $50. You go stay at the Motel 6 for the night and get you some McDonald's. Man. But I don't want you around here.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, though, for, being a blessing like that.
Big ups.
For sure.
Exactly.
So, Doerilla, I know you got some.
Hey, look, I'm just, I'm over here because, it's the same, growing up in the projects, a lot of the people that was in the streets when I was growing up, they thought I was going to be the one that wasn't going to go to prison. They was like, everybody be like, John, man, you box. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be out here doing this, doing that. So
knucklehead stuff.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. So it was like I wanted to do it so bad though that I went to other neighborhoods and got messing with stuff that I wasn't supposed to be messing with,
But the thing about life is, we can't be judgmental because everybody has their reasons for doing something.
Yeah.
And the problem is a lot of people will judge other people without knowing their full story. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that doing certain things is right, but man, sometimes when you get down to the wire, it's like, bro, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Sure. That's stomach touching your back.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do what you got to do.
Really starving out here.
For real.
I never really sold any dope, but I used to gamble big time.
And that becomes an addiction too.
Man, because I had to. That's the only places they let me be. It's a gambling spot. Y'all probably don't know where this is. I know Sauce know. Mount Vernon. Mm-hmm. And, they knew my father, so they used to be like, Semi, what you doing in here, boy? I was like, just trying to get some money. And I used to play craps. I used to play, we used to play tonk for money. Yeah. And I used to do that just enough to get money to get that hotel for the night. Nah,
for real, bro. It's a struggle. What would you say along your journey, Mr. YoungSauce'DaGod, YoungSauce'DaGod, Big SauceDaGod? We big over here, doing it big.
Yes, sir.
What was like a struggle that you had to get through? Because we've all been through them. You know what I'm saying? What was that for you, bro?
I mean, probably just the transition from being a teenager to a grown man.
Yeah, that alone is a struggle.
That was a struggle. You know what
now
I mean?
It's got real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it got real. You know what I mean? I had my own place, and there was times where I lost my job and still had to figure out how I was gonna pay the rent. You know what I mean? The struggle for me, I ain't gonna tell nobody no lie. I used to work at Burger King for sure. I worked at Burger King for real. Was a vet up there.
My first job was at Dairy Queen. I was good at whipping up them blizzards.
Man, I used to have everybody come up there. They used to, hey, bro. They ain't nobody never clown because I'm like, I take care. They used to come get them Whoppers and them chicken sandwiches every day. It was just time, right? And it was times where I had to either pay the rent or eat.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be honest. We can say it now. I mean, the statute of limitations.
Right. Absolutely.
Man, I used to go in that freezer at Burger King.
Yes.
At night when I worked that night shift and back that car up back there.
Case.
I would take nuggets and burgers and fries. I'm talking about that. They ain't miss it. They had it coming every day.
Because they got that stuff so cheap, bro.
Man.
We all did that. I at my first job was at Dairy Queen, and this was real pathetic, but we used to, this is back then before they had cameras and they had real deal point of sale systems. We had a system that we would purposely put ourselves on drive-through. I'm really incriminating myself right now.
You ain't by yourself.
You ain't by yourself. I already know what you about to go say.
We would not ring up half the stuff that
nothing. We knew the prices in our head.
Yeah,
man, I used to tear them up every day, boy.
Be like, all we did was $30 for breakfast,
right?
And the other $2.90 would be in my
right, bro. We had a system in place because I mean, back then, honestly, we were making $4 an hour.
Right,
that's how much we were making. I'm like, how can you survive off of that?
Now that we look back at it, it's insane. Because I think when I first started at Burger King, I thought I was doing something. I had $5.85 now.
right.
We thought we was doing something serious.
Yes,
like,
yes.
What White Castle's at? They call them Crystals down here, but up north they was called White Castle.
Yeah.
And when that was probably the highest paying fast food job. I remember they was paying $7 an hour. Everybody thought that was like hitting the lottery. Oh, he balling. He makes $7 an hour. Like
and then a little extra you making on the side through the drive-through.
Oh, yeah, I was tearing them up.
We was too. And to this day, they, you know, hey, we never got caught because they didn't have cameras and they didn't have real deal point of sale systems that actually kept track of all that stuff. So, boy, yeah,
we had. So it was many days where, you know, because I was just being a man.
I don't feel so bad now.
Oh no,
you by yourself.
I didn't ever want to call my parents for nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was just one of them people. Like I'm like, nope.
Got pride.
Like unless it's the like dire need, like I'm about to like die or something. That'd be the only time I call them. Like, but other than that, I think that's why I have so much of a independent mentality.
Yeah.
You know, like some people say, well, what I've learned is, you know, having people in your life, like, you know, if sometimes they feel like if you don't really need them, you know what I mean, what are they really there for? You know what I mean? And it's like, I can't help that about myself because I've always been like that. Yeah. So it's just like, I mean, I know how to handle myself. I know how to take care of myself. I done had my own cribs. I done been to the bottom. So that's why I said it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I used to fill that refrigerator up.
Man,
full of that chicken, everything. I'm like, oh, we going to eat. We going to eat. I might be broke. I had enough gas to get to work. But I'm gonna have that food.
And you're gonna have
that's
some food. So you're right, man. Trying to transition from being like a kid or a teenager into adult, because that's when things get real. Now you understand why when you asked mom for $20, she said I ain't got it. She really maybe didn't have it.
And you'll walk away pouting. But now you knew.
But that was one thing I had to learn as I got older. Cause like my mom, we had a Burger King that was right across the highway from the projects I lived in, so it was like we could walk right there, you know. And she worked there in the morning, but she only worked so many days, and it was me, my brother, and my sister. And I used to always be like, "Dang, why I can't have these Nikes, or why I can't have that?" And I always got when school started,
the little bubblegum bubble shoes
and everything. That was always the joke, you know what I'm saying? So then it was like when I got older, I realized, you know, she did what she could do it, what she had, you know.
Yes.
You didn't
understand. Big ups to moms.
Big ups to moms.
Because you didn't understand that. Like that's why I said when I turned 16 and got that first job, every shoe I wanted, I went and got.
Yeah.
Please,
you know what I mean? I was going to high school with every Tommy Hilfiger. You know, that was in then. Jordans, Air Force. I had it all because I'm like, that was dope. Because we didn't have no responsibility. We still living at our parents' crib.
Exactly.
You know, and stuff like that. And, you know, I saved my own money up for my first car. That's one thing my dad taught me. He said, you want you a car, you save it up.
I did too. I even had a car note on my first car. It was very small because I bought a little used car, but it taught me a sense of budgeting and responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what's wrong with, you know, a lot of us, the young generation today.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are spoiled. I'm gonna say they spoiled. They don't know nothing about having to go through all that.
Nah, for real, because stuff is just handed to them.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why they don't appreciate it that much, because it's handed. If you work for it, you're gonna appreciate it. And that's how I am about everything. You tear up something or you ask me to buy you something, I better see them shoes or them pants or whatever I gave you. It better still look the same way I bought it.
Right.
3 months, they just throw it in the closet. Oh well, no, that's why you don't get anything.
Exactly. Period. And
I can't buy stuff for nobody no more.
But when they become a parent or whatever, then they're, because my son told me that as he got older, you know, like he said, I understand now when I used to ask you for money and you tell me you don't have it. He's not a parent, but he's an adult now. You know, he's like, I understand. So at some point in time, they're going to get it. Let's talk about your music, man. Like, you've been doing music for a long time. Both you guys been doing music for a long time. You know, I'm going to make you sing for me today, of course, you know. Hey, you know, we talking to YoungSauce'DaGod, man. Like, you know, of course, first of all, let's say this. one of the best ever verses is coming. I know y'all seen it, right?
Oh yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony is gonna be on there. They Ohioans.
Yep.
Versus
East 99.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, let's talk about who being from Ohio, who were some of your musical influences?
Well, definitely Bone. You know, when we was kids, you know what I mean? Like that was the biggest thing that ever happened to Ohio. Like we had somebody that was from here. I mean from there.
Yes.
You know, representing. So, you know, that was dope.
It's the thuggish rap.
Oh yeah,
I just went to see them. I flew to Columbus and went to see
them.
Yep,
sure did. They were just there.
Man,
Brooks brought them down there.
I could listen to that over and over and over like a broken record, and it'll never get old. So of course, Bone Thugs, you know, because they from your state. So you know, and I from my knowledge, there's not a ton of big artists that came up out of Ohio. Am I wrong?
Just Bone and Bow Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So. And now Young Sauce and Semi Sinatra.
Yes.
Y'all here to change the music game forever.
Big time.
You know? But you know what really got you started? Was it just the fact that, you know, you wanted something different in your life? Like, why music?
You know, it's crazy because I mean, when I kind of look back on that, like it kind of started with my mom. Like my mom, she would like, you know, we used to have record stores. You know, it's been a little minute.
Yeah, I do remember those.
It's been a little minute. You know, my mom used to go to them record stores and, you know, grab them records.
Yeah.
And she bought me a couple of records, and I used to just play them all the time. And I think what made me start really getting into music was like just reciting people's music.
Yeah.
And then I think one day it had to be probably middle school, like 11 or 12 years old. It was just like, you know, they used to have the instrumentals on the little tapes.
Yeah.
And I just started writing my own lyrics to them. And then I used to go, but first, I'm a lie first. First of all, I used to recite the other people's words.
Of course, yeah.
And then go rap it for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like it was mine. You know what I'm saying? And then we started putting in our own.
I've heard that before.
You know what I'm saying? Then I started putting my own lines together, and then I don't know. I guess it was just meant to do it. Like I just really started liking music, and then by the time I got to high school, you know, I had met up with a couple of my other bros, and you know what I'm saying, we just had something in common, and
you knew you were good at it too.
Yeah, that was just it. And then they weren't telling us to stop. They sure was like, you know, hey man, you ain't doing it. That's when I started really realizing like, oh, okay, they really feeling it.
They feeling it.
Why you ain't rapping? What you got going on? And you know, we was just doing it just effortlessly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And when it comes effortlessly like that, you know that that's what is meant for you. You know, what about you, bro? Like, you know,
everybody got them mamas to where on Saturday is clean day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my mom would turn on Anita Baker, Freddie Jackson, you name it, Peebo Bryson or whatever, and you'll smell bleach and pine sauce in the house.
Yeah.
And my mom played them records, that music.
The bleach and pine sauce.
I just started singing one day, and my mom came and was like, "Was that you?" I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. And then, of course, when you go to school, and all it takes is one female to hear you sing. Now, girl, he can sing, he can sing. So now, we late for class because I'm singing for 15 girls.
I almost just spit my water.
And that's just how it is. And then I had a cousin, he's passed away now, who used to put me in talent shows without me even knowing.
Wow.
He'll pick me up like, yo, man, get dressed nice and I'm going to pick you up. And I'm like, where we going? Just come on. Next thing I know, I'm on stage.
Singing.
Boy.
Right.
So back then, you know, you said you were singing to the girls and stuff. What was one of your favorite songs to sing?
Oh, man. It was just, that's hard. That's like asking who's your favorite child. But
I know you probably had a lot. What was one of them? Because I want you to sing it right now. That's why I'm asking.
Sing it right now.
I mean, just give us like 15. Give us
we
like
got a go-to song.
Like 15
we all got a go-to song.
You got a go-to. Do it.
Dang, Tampa, I'm under the weather. But I'm going to try to push something out. Don't
come on with it.
Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I can't get you out of my mind. There you go. That's a little bit.
Hey, no, that was perfect.
I don't want to get too crazy. I'm under the weather a little bit.
You did that. Hey, I'm always a sucker for someone who can sing. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's why I didn't never know how to sing. I'm gonna tell you.
And I be out there be trying my best. I be out there trying to carry notes and all kind of carry on. Like, well, you rap, man, just rap. I'm like, nah, but I'm trying to tell you something different about that singing.
It is.
What you
it touches your soul. All right. So, anyways, talk to us about like the first song that, you know, we're talking to YoungSauce'DaGod. What was like the first song that you put out there that really started catching attention?
Okay, so let's see what we got. Because we got two different parts of my career, but we're going to go ahead and stick with this part of the career.
Yeah, when you were doing solo stuff.
So, it's a record called Good to You.
Okay.
And the funny thing about it is a couple other people have the record, but I actually own the record. I actually went through with the producer, went through the U.S. copyrights.
Got all the business.
The paperwork that says I and the producer own the record. But I don't know how somebody else got it, but it is what it is, but it's all good. I ain't tripping about the record.
Facts, right.
Because we got better records now. So, you know what I mean? But that was probably the first one. It was called Good to You, and it was like I was in North Carolina, and that's when I had just kind of reacclimated myself into being an independent, solo artist. And you know, it took me a little minute. I was just playing around with it, and I finally got up enough courage to go back to the studio because I took a little break from doing music when I left Ohio to relocate to North Carolina. And I finally got in there, and I did it. And, you know, it caught fire around North Carolina. Like, they was playing it on the radio. And
that's dope, bro.
You know, everybody was feeling it. And then, of course, you got your haters like, how y'all supporting somebody ain't from here?
That's how they always do.
Exactly.
That's the favorite line they use. Like, y'all supporting them, but they ain't even from here.
But listen, doesn't that make you feel good that you were able to go to a city that you're not from and dominate what you do?
Right. Oh yeah, and I did it my way. Like I did what I do.
Like Burger King.
Right.
Yeah. Have it my way. You know what I'm saying? I'm having it my way. Like I didn't have to go jump into, you know, a circle that I didn't know or a pool that I was unknown with. You know what I'm saying? I went and did it my way. I went and did a lady record. You can never go along with lady records.
Never.
You know, a lot of these artists, they don't know that. You know, everything is trapping and twerking, and don't get me wrong, that's all fine and dandy, but you gotta have something for grandma to listen to and your mama and somebody that you can turn on, because you sure can't be talking about all that and saying popping this and you know what you saying.
Absolutely. No, you gotta
can't say all that.
Because it's more marketable when you have something that everybody could tune in and listen to.
Right.
This is something I wanted to talk to Doe and to Semi Sinatra about, because this is something that's been heavy on my heart lately. And I'm a type of person, I'm very transparent. I talk about stuff that be on my heart. And it's something I've always known. This music business is very, very political, right?
It is.
Yes.
It's the longer I'm in it, I've been in it for 11 years, the more and more I understand that it's really about who you know.
Yes.
Because, you know, I talk about it. Relationships will put you in places money cannot. But it's like sometimes I see people in positions that I'm just like, not that I necessarily want that particular position, but I just like think there's better candidates for that.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's just natural. That's not like, you're not the only one who thinks that way.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm not going to sell my soul. I'm just going to work a little harder. You know, how do you deal with stuff like that?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't.
You gonna tell them the story without saying the name?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell the story without saying the name.
Okay, so good. You've had a personal experience like this.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm not a judger.
Right.
I think
me neither.
That's the biggest problem in the world to me is people always worried about what everybody else is doing.
Right.
Like my life is hard.
That's right.
I got children, I got bills, I got all type of stuff.
Facts.
I can't worry about 7 other lives.
Period.
Like we was driving, me and Sauce, I don't know why we was talking on the phone, we about to meet each other, but we on the phone as we come here talking, and he's like telling me about people, and he like, you know this person? I said, no, I'm not worried about anybody else's life. I got enough problems of my own.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest problem. But it was a big time executive. I was working. I forgot where I was. Old Dominion, I think.
Oh, yeah, the freight line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this was maybe 15. I think my oldest daughter was just born. So this is about 15 years ago. So I used to have hair before I lopped it off and bald head now. But my barber was a good friend of this big time executive. So, you know, I was giving him my tapes, all my demos and stuff. My barber was loving it. He's like, man, such and such, I cut his hair. So he gave all my music to him, and he would call me like, yeah, he want to meet you. Come up to the barbershop here. So I was like, okay. So we went up. I met him. He was with his brother. And he was like, man, I love your music. I want you to start demoing stuff out. I want you to be my protege. So I'm like, this dude is big time, y'all. If I say his name, y'all all know who he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so this man used to pick me up at the Old Dominion in Ferraris and Bentleys, but every time we had a session, they kind of like tried me with something.
Yeah.
And I don't judge anybody. If you're heterosexual, bisexual, gay, it makes no difference.
Yeah, I got
do
facts.
You.
Yeah.
Do you?
Just keep
I'm
it
not
over
judging.
there.
Yeah, just keep it over there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. And whoever you are ain't messing my checks up. So do you, brother?
Yeah.
So, and they always had a question. Yeah, that my homeboy this. What about you, Semi? No.
What about me?
I'm just trying to mix this record.
Yes.
I'm just trying to demo this out. So one day, I guess he thought I couldn't take the hint, which I knew what he was talking about. That's why I always stiff-armed him. But he just couldn't take it no more. Listen, I'm bisexual.
Ooh.
And I just want to know if you down, because I'm really attracted to you.
Oh, wow.
I said, sir, what type of no do you want? We got F no, it no, hell no, negative, anyone you want. And do you know, after I told him that, he never spoke to me again.
Yes.
How he used to, hey man, I'm busy right now, I got to call you back. I used to be like this with this dude. To where when I called to do a session or something, straight to voicemail. I have not spoke to him in 15 years because I wasn't down.
Yeah, see, and that's exactly my point, because same thing, and I refuse to sell my soul or do stuff that I don't believe in to get to a higher level. And I'm just like, I try not to let it bother me, but I'm like, bro, we work so hard. Then I see these other people, I'm like, dang, what did they do to get in that position? Because I know it's not all on the up and up.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Hello.
So, Doe, your thoughts on that?
All I know is, you know what I'm saying, like here recently, I've been reaching out to people, doing stuff like that.
Right.
And you start realizing that, it just bring you back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I had to think, I was like, I got to get back out here in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have to get out here and build it from the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because you meet people, and some people, they genuinely help you. But then you got some people that be like,
got ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly. They don't really want to mess with you until they see you in a different light.
Right. Or they want something from you, like your situation. It's so frustrating. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of these A&Rs, they doing that now today. Like
I see more and more people talking about that. Go ahead.
Like, this like it's real, because like A&Rs. Okay, so I don't care. I'm gonna say it. Like, a lot of these A&Rs, they just attaching themselves to something they see that's hot.
Yeah.
They go sit there on the computer all day. They see what the numbers is. He got 1 million streams, or he got 1 million views. Let me go attack him. And it's other people. Like, so I'm at this mixer a couple of weeks ago for the BET Hip Hop Award weekend. I got invited. Dope situation. I'm saying, went there, met some dope people, and talked to a few A&Rs from some big record labels. And it was just the energy. Like, it's like, why do y'all even need, to be honest, what do we even need A&Rs for now? Exactly. Because the streets is A&R now, YouTube is A&R now. So it's like, what do we even need y'all for? Because y'all not really going out here finding the talent no more like you used to.
Yeah.
Like, you would, send your demo in. They be like, yeah, man, this is dope. We about to sign you. Woo-woo. But they won't. Now it's just like, what is the whole point of even having an A&R? Like, is it just a title just so you can feel important? Really like the people want to come talk to you? Because man, they whack, man. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say they whack.
It's a way for them to get your money, too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Not all of them, but the ones I done ran across.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, you it's like they waiting for you to do all the work. So why am I even giving you a piece of a finer fee percentage when I done built it from the ground up? I got the money. We got everything going. So what can you actually really do for me?
Exactly.
You know
that you can't already do for yourself.
That we ain't already doing ourselves. So, I mean,
social media has completely destroyed really the record label, though. When you got social media, you got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, IG, man. Nowadays, if you get 1 million streams or something like that, they'll be calling, and then now you can dictate your terms. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you guys this, because I posted this question on my story last night, and I put it up as a poll. I'm going to go around the room.
Okay.
Doe, I don't know if you've seen it or answered it, but I asked on my social media, if social media didn't exist, would you still pursue music?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was before social media. So
exactly.
Yes.
And it's like everybody answered yes on my poll, and I'm not calling y'all liars, but I know that some of y'all, like, because the reason I asked that is because I see a lot of artists that's all they do is depend on social media. I'll never see them doing nothing else but posting on social media. I'm like, how do you think you would ever make it if social media went away? And I like to pose those type of questions, not to say social media will go away, but it should start putting a thought in your brain that, man, it's bigger than that. I got to do other stuff besides just post on Instagram all day.
Exactly.
I mean, definitely, because I came from a little bit of that era too. I was,
me
at the
too.
era before
I was
this social media, like the social media. Yeah, I was pre-social media.
When we was burning CDs.
Right. We had that tower. We had that tower. We used to get out in the streets. I used to be on that corner at the Shell's gas station getting it off, like right there on Allen Creek and Livingston. I remember the first day. I never cannot lie about the situation. I probably had about $8 in my pocket. I said, we about to go out here and get busy. I had all them CDs, and I posted up like I was out there slanging dope.
You said, we're about to get busy.
And I remember I came home. I came home that day. I'll never forget. I came home that day with about $800.
Bro.
And I said, man, and that was just the spark. I went right back out there to the point where, it just was almost like the drug game. Then everybody started trying to come take your spot.
Yeah.
Now I got 5-6 people at the Shell gas station. Wasn't nobody out there. Everybody trying to run up and get in. Man, and that's where I came from. So that's why I said the social media thing is what we had to learn. Because if we got back in the streets right now, it's not even a problem. It's easy.
For real, because we've all done that before.
That's easy.
Yeah. So I just had posed that question yesterday because I'm just like, I think a lot of people don't think about that it's way bigger than just social media. Because a lot of them aren't even using their social media properly.
No,
I posted about that too. I be venting on my story, not on my page, because I'm like, a lot of people, when they do have people that engage with them, their fans, they don't take the time to engage back with them. I'm like, it's no different than you being out. Maybe one of your fans wants one of your autographs. Take time to give them your little autograph.
And I hate when artists do that.
Me too. Me too. It irks me to my soul.
Right.
If it wasn't for the fans, where were you?
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be back in the drive-thru.
Period. Point blank. And that's what I try to tell these younger artists. I'm like, if you post a new video and I take the time to come to your page and tell you how fire it is and you don't even respond or acknowledge it, to me, that's like you don't care that I'm a fan of yours. Like, it's no different. Yeah,
I do it all the time. I make sure as soon as somebody comes to that page.
Posted on ours when I did on the Instagram. And thank you, Tampa.
So when she shares something, I put it right back in there. Like, you got to, because that make you feel good. Like, okay, I'm rocking with this person, and then you building up your fan base.
Right. And it could be a situation that don't really mean nothing to the artist. Right. But the fan, oh my God, such and such responded to me.
Right.
That's
that's my point.
And the thing about it is, the relationships. Like, Tampa might, like, okay, he reposted it back. Next thing you know, somebody that's on her following. That might not be following me might reach out and say, yo, woo woo. And I had that. That's when the whole DJ Clue situation.
Yes,
and he came up, he was like, yeah, Tampa. I said, yeah, that's my sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, see, and he was like, oh, he was like, dope, dope, dope. Then the whole conversation changed. I said, see, you don't know who I know neither.
Right.
So you know what I mean? I said, that's my sister.
Period. Yeah, right. You dig? So we about to get into this record, man. Before we do that though, like, it's always fun to chop it up with you guys. Like, I feel like we could do this all day together if we had time. Yes. Before we do that, of course, we got to do a couple things, man. YoungSauce'DaGod, tell everybody where they can keep up with the movement.
Man, you can follow me at YoungSauce'DaGod on Instagram. That's YoungSauce'DaGod. I just changed my YouTube just so it goes right to me now.
Matches,
it goes right to my page now. Is YouTube at SauceDaGod.
Okay.
We took the Young off because we was having some issues, and it was just like other people were popping up, and it was kind of like I'm like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
And now I was going around playing with it a little bit and got it to where as soon as you type SauceDaGod in, I'm at the top of the page.
That's good that you stay on top of being aware of that, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people might go for years and not even realize that they're not searchable the way they should be.
Right. And I just got Google verified.
Oh, shout out
to you. Claim my panel.
Claimed your
real
knowledge
simple.
panel.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And it's crazy. I ain't going to throw nobody on the bus, but it's crazy what people will charge to do that. It's a free thing.
Listen,
just learn. Just sit. Y'all on Google and YouTube all day. Just learn what you're trying to be into.
Exactly.
You can cut out a lot of money if you just learn certain stuff.
I've gone to Google and searched people's name, and where it'll say claim this knowledge. I'll screenshot it and send it to them. Bro, go claim your knowledge. They don't know nothing about that.
The only thing I don't like about that with my Google is it pull up stuff with like my whole name, my whole.
Oh yeah, we in there now. It's over.
Oh,
yeah, it got my government name,
I've got like
my
the
phone
oldest
number.
LinkedIn page from like 50 years ago that still shows up. I'm like, how do I get rid of that?
Yeah, we in there now. Cause I'll be there. Everybody be saying like, man, your name. I said, we in there now. Ain't no other way to do it. They gonna know it anyway.
It's never going away.
It ain't never going away. If Sean Carter got his name out there, we sure got to have
Period.
Yeah.
Semi Sinatra, where can people keep up with the movement, bro?
IG Semi Sinatra. Semi_Sinatra, and that's basically all social media I got. I got Facebook, but that's basically for my family,
Yeah.
see pictures. But
right now,
Instagram,
same here.
Check on me.
Check on him. I love his attitude. You know what I'm saying? Check on me. And he got that little country too. Check on me.
Everybody, like, when I go to Ohio now, they say, you country.
You country. Check on me.
Like, you country. I've been down here so long, I guess so.
Yeah.
Tell who you want to shout out to, bro. You know, YoungSauce'DaGod. Who you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I want to give a shout out to Columbus, Ohio.
Shout
y'all know what time it is.
Columbus.
I
man,
love y'all.
614.
614. Charlotte, North Carolina was good. I always thank y'all because y'all just don't know what y'all did to me. It's like I was like that Phoenix bird. I rose again when I got down there. You know what I mean? Right. And it just resurrected my whole life story and career. Atlanta, Georgia, thank you for accepting me.
Yeah.
Thank you for, I never knew I was going to live here. I used to visit here all the time, but I love it. I love the culture. I love what's going on. It just amazes me because when I watch these documentaries and, about all these artists and stuff, I'm like, I know where that part is at. I know where that landmark is at. I know where they, what I'm saying? It just make you feel a part of it.
It does.
And you live here.
Right.
And growing up in Columbus, we never had nothing like that.
Right.
Biggest thing is Buckeye football. That is it. That's the biggest thing. That's bigger than the pro teams, everything. Ohio State football is the biggest thing in Columbus. That's in Ohio, period.
Right.
So, just to be down here with that, just shout out to everybody, man. My Instagram people, I love y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you. Shout out to Doe, you know what I'm saying, for having us on here.
Salute.
Y'all know how we do this thing, man.
Yes.
Nah, for real. Big 100 facts. You dig? Who you want to shout out to, Mr. Sinatra?
Ma'am, it's too many names to mention, so I'm just going to say shout out to everybody who love me. I love you, and if you don't love me, I still love you anyway.
That's right.
Facts,
Please believe it. Last but not least, before we get into this record, you know what I'm saying, we are on the industry's most wanted podcast. So, Doe, what they got to do, man?
Hey, y'all going to have to tell us why y'all the industry's most wanted.
Well, I'm industry's most wanted because I'm rolling with my man Sauce. He the hottest artist. He got the hip hop single of the year featuring my humble self, Semi Sinatra. Go get that Back to the Basics albums. It's hot. It's one of the greatest albums of the year, and that's why I'm industry's most wanted.
Please believe it.
Big facts. I mean, just like what he just piggyback off of what he said. We doing it our way. We being unapologetic about it. We ain't following no trends. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else standing on one side of the street, I'm over there by myself looking at all them trying to squeeze and trying to get down the street, and I'm just walking with my feet up and just with the head up high and just laughing and giggling like, this is me. You got to get it this way. It just ain't no other way to have it,
Right.
And they gonna catch on. You know what I mean?
Dig it.
It's so funny. I'm gonna say this real quick, and we're gonna get to the song. I had a conversation about you, I don't know, after you was here last time. Shout out Princess with the Real.
Okay.
She said she went to school with you.
Yeah.
She's like, he was such a clown in school and he was so funny. I said, and I can even show you the message. I was just telling her, I was like, man, he's someone I really appreciate because he's so professional. And she's like, I'm so glad to see he's doing well and everything like that. It's like, yeah. So yeah, she shouted you out.
Dope. That's what's up, man. I ain't changed, man. I'm still the same.
Still silly.
I'm silly.
Still
and it's funny because it's like when I be seeing my friends and everybody I grew up with, it's like, I don't know what's going on in their lives and stuff like that. But it's like everybody's always so serious and his life has changed. But me, they see me, they be like, man, you are the same dude that you was at 16, 17 years old. Right. I said, I'm just grown now with a little bit of hair on my face.
Right, exactly. Still got a good personality.
And I just still act the same way. And I just feel like, why should I have to change because of life? That's who you are.
Facts. I agree, bro. So listen, you guys, thank you so much for pulling up today. We about to get into this record though, man. Go ahead and introduce it for us.
Man, y'all know what's going on. It's your underground favorite, Mr. Back to the Basics himself, YoungSauce'DaGod, and this is my brand new single, All I Need, featuring my brother Semi Sinatra, right here on the Industry Most Wanted podcast. Let's go.
Hey, let's get it.
Push up! Now can't nobody ever love me the way that I feel that you do. It's like you got a spell over me. It's kinda like voodoo. I think I'm loving how you holding me down. Just trying to thank you. Never will, I won't even try because they ain't you. Now I can't even lie. You know that you make my world spin. You got me on some Tupac. Me and my girl say we ride through the city. Wind blowing, we got the top back. We vibing like we Jay-Z and B. How they gon' stop that? Anything you want in this world, okay, you got that 3-carat ring at the store. Oh yeah, let's cop that. Let's lock it down, make it official because you worth that. And all the putting you through, girl, you deserve. I say I love the way you be in the kitchen, cooking the meals. How that looking right in them jeans, wearing them heels. You the type that always keep it so solid, keep it so real. You the deal, shorty, this how it is, this how I feel, yeah.
My ride or die, baby. You're all I need, you're all I want, baby.
All that I want, all that I need, right by your side, never gon' leave. All that I want, all that I need, right by your side, never gon' leave. I say you all that I want, say that you all that I need. Promise I'm right by your side, promise I'm never gon' leave. Best believe that you took my heart away, I mean like all the way. And you were 10 in my eyes, so I named you Hardaway. Cause when that feeling's so special when I'm around you, sometimes I think to myself, thank God I found you. Yeah, cause you my better half, best that I ever had. And what we got is so sacred, something they'll never have. I say that love is too strong, it will forever last. That's why they stay hating on us, yeah, they forever mad. You all I wanted, you all I needed. You fine as hell, never conceded. Let's show the world what we got, let's be the life of the party. I'll be your king, you my queen, kinda like Offset and Cardi. I gotta tell you one more time, you taught me to love better. So I wrote a song about it, and this is my love letter, yeah.
You're all I need, you're all I want. I don't see nobody but you, baby.